day that you are when they put you on the hot seat, you'll be hot. Yeah, you'll be hot.
Me, the heat that I'm in, the heat is
It's
stemming
too
from the fact that Ghana is hot.
Ghana is hot.
Even though nowadays the
Yeah.
weather has been quite cool
Yeah,
and
it's true.
chilly, but I am hot.
You're
Ghana is
hot.
hot.
Everybody is hot.
Ghana is very hot. So
Everyone.
I'm feeling the heat
Everyone.
in my pocket.
Except those who are telling us that we are deciding not to enjoy it. Have you heard that?
That we are deciding not to enjoy
Yeah,
what?
that not to feel it. That Ghana is very.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you know that a
We
liter of
having-
petrol is now about 15 Ghana cedis?
I'm not surprised.
For a liter,
I'm not
one
surprised.
liter
Yes.
of petrol is now
that
well
is-
about 15 Ghana
And,
cedis.
and
Did
now
you know that?
you wake up eventually every morning and you don't know, your budget for the day will not even reach anything because things are changing.
It's a
every
problem.
Now and then you sit in the car and what you think that okay, the usual fare, the usual cost will take you about, let's say, 20 Ghana cedis before you realize more than. So whatever budget that you are leaving home with, you definitely will have to, along the line, you have to you have to be hot
I
somewhere.
think it's only a matter of time before GPRTU and the other transport people,
they will just do their
start
thing.
thinking about increasing transportation fares again with this, with the way the fuel prices have just
And
jumped
that
to
no
15
one
cities.
should no one should be surprised.
Just like that.
Yeah, no one should be surprised.
But it is well.
Of course.
Great to have you in the studio.
Great to see you,
Yes.
join you here again this morning.
So yesterday in court,
Yes.
Alhaji Collins Dauda
yes,
was in court, right?
very well.
I think he was telling you why he always wears white.
Yes, the question you've been asking me all the time. So yesterday I decided to clear that out of the way. So yesterday he was in court, the Saglemi Affordable Housing. He together with some 4 others, but unfortunately the contractor has passed on, so he is no more. Andrew Clocanas is no more part of the matter before the court. So the remaining 4. Alhaji Ziblim Yakubu, the former chief director, is also unwell, so he has been excused and his lawyers are representing him. So the remaining 3, including Alhaji Collins Dauda, Kweku Ajiman Mensah, and Novi Tete Angelo, yesterday all of them were present before Justice Ernest Owusu Dapa, a justice of the Court of Appeal who is sitting with additional responsibility as a High Court judge. And yesterday, second prosecution witness ended his evidence in chief. And when I say evidence in chief, what I mean is that all that he had to tell the court by way of what he knows about the case, he's done telling the court. Document that he had to submit, he submitted all of them to the court. And now it is the turn for the accused persons to subject him to cross-examination. That is where, when you say something that it is not true, that is where you are likely to be exposed, because the questions will come in left, right, center, and one of them you will decide to be smart with them, and before you realize you are choked somewhere. So yesterday, lawyers of Alhaji Collins Dada, who is the first accused person, started the cross-examination. In fact, per the case management completion plan that they had, he will have 2 hours of time to cross-examine the witness. But the court said, subject to how the witness responses to the questions, the court will activate an outstanding 1 hour. So that one is not automatic, subject to the discretion of the court. So after the 2 hours, the court will decide that whether that 1 hour should be activated or not. So Nuela Seidu yesterday was holding brief for Thaddeus Sorry, started the cross-examination for 11 minutes. And what came to the fore by way of that brief session was the effect that at the time that the contract and everything around it was signed, Alhaji Collins Dauda was not a minister of water resources, works and housing, because at that time we were told that it was E.T. Mensah, the late, who was in the hot seat, or who was in charge, who actually led the signing of all these things. So at the time that the contract about this whole thing was signed, Alhaji Collins Dada was not yet Minister of Water Resources, Works and Housing. So that is where it ended. Hopefully tomorrow the court will sit, and then the lawyers will have the opportunity to subject the witness to more cross-examination, further cross. And when it's done, the other accused persons and their lawyers will also take him one-on-one until such time that the third accused person is dealt with. But of course, the question as to why Alhaji Collins Dauda has always been wearing white, whether for most often than not, I see him in court. So anytime you see him in court, he's in white. Anytime. So are you Angel Gabriel? So yesterday, you noticed that you and Lily have asked me that question a lot, and I say anyone I see him, I'll ask him. Yesterday was an opportunity to ask him Alhaji, people are saying that you are always in white. Why? What is the reason? Let's hear from Alhaji Collins Dauda, who is the Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, former Minister for Works and Housing. So yesterday, as the case was on, he came to, by way of the prosecution still calling their witnesses. The witness came, concluded with his his evidence in chief, I must say, and then cross-examination is ongoing. So after that, but I must say that Kweku Ajiman Mensah, Nuvi, Tete, Angelo, yesterday, all of them were present in court when the matter was called. And so before Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa, yesterday the time the case started around 1, and so at 1 when the case was called, you notice that yes, there were some other cases that came on before that very case was called. So yesterday when it came on, of course, you have all the accused persons present and then their lawyers. So let's hear from Alhaji Collins Dauda why he liked wearing white. There are many people who are asking, you're always in white. What's the reason?
I don't have any reason. I just love white. So I wear white in the office, wear white in parliament. When I'm coming to court, it's white.
Okay. People say it's a symbol for victory. Do you agree?
White attracts angels.
Okay.
From Allah. So
this is the reason you like wearing white.
Maybe. But the fact that I wear has nothing to do with the attraction. I just love white.
All right. Thank you.
Because white attracts angels.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. He said he just like white. So just like you like suits and you like wearing a lot of high profile tie and all that.
Oh, so, high profile.
Yes, very expensive tie.
What is high profile tie?
No, there are differences. So when from distance, when you see and you get closer, you know that no.
Come on.
When you are wearing yours and you are not careful, you even go behind the scene and go and remove it quickly.
So let's move on. Let's talk about some of the cases that are happening in courts today. Let's begin with the beige ban. So beige ban case will be called today, right?
Yes, it will be called today. So just to wrap up on the Collins that they'll come tomorrow.
Okay.
The case will come on.
All right,
tomorrow.
the quiz will come on tomorrow.
Yes. So beige bank, Michael Nyineku, the former CEO or the founder of the defunct Bench Bank, is expected to call the 20th witness today. So when the 20th witness appeared today, it means that we left with 41. Justice Ifeanyi Wasari at the last court sitting indicated to him clearly that if he doesn't file the remaining witness statement by last Friday, then he should consider it closed. He will not have the opportunity to call them again. And unfortunately, Monday, when the case was expected to be called, the organized labor strike came in, and so the court did not see. So today, we'll know what the court's position will be and whether indeed they have filed the remaining witness statement. What was on record that the judge mentioned was adding to 29. So I mean the remaining 33, they have to ensure that they file.
All right.
So today, we'll know more about that.
All right. So Temam Pakadan case.
Yes, in Pakadan issue.
4 persons charged for abetting and the
abetment, yes.
Abetment, right?
Yes. They were charged for abetting the incident. You notice that the driver at the center of this whole matter has already been convicted and sentenced to 6 months, and then these 4 are before the High Court. They have all the prosecution. It was expected at last court sitting to file disclosures to ensure that the court hold case management conference, and after that, it will set the tone for the court to fix a date for the trial to begin. Unfortunately, at the last court sitting, prosecution was unable to file the disclosures as directed by the court, but they said that they have filed, but the court indicated that a docket was empty. Defense lawyers also say that they didn't have the disclosures filed. So the court adjourned the matter to today to ensure that all the parties, the court copy will be placed on the docket. Then the accused persons and their lawyers will also get their fair share. Then today when they meet, case management conference by way of sorting out the documentation, ensuring that what prosecution filed is the same thing that the court has and is the same thing that the accused persons also have. And when that is set, the court would set the tone for or fix a date for the trial to begin after case management completion plan. But if they are setting document that the accused persons and their lawyers will want prosecution to furnish them, and if the court is of the view that those documents are relevant to the whole matter, the court will make directive to that. But they say that disclosure is a process and not an activity that should end at once. So that's what we do expect today.
Okay, so Cecilia Dapa's mates, the trial continues today as well?
Yes. So today what we do expect, or what the court is hoping to do, is for lawyers of Patience Boshi, the 18-year-old lady who is one of the two housemates of Madam Cecilia Dapa, to move a motion asking the office of the special prosecutor to furnish her and the lawyers with some interrogations that the statement, in fact, investigation caution statement, interrogations and interviews that they had with Madam Cecilia Dapa and the husband when the OSP arrested them and then subsequently granted them bail. They say that those documents or those details that they are asking for, if given to them, will assist them in their cross-examination. You know, Patient Boche has started cross-examining the husband of Madam Cecilia Dapa, but they are saying that if they get those documents from the OSP, it will bolster it will enhance their cross-examination, to help them put matters to perspective and be able to cross-examine Mr. Daniel Sekufo properly. So today, before Justice Marie Louise Simmons, they will be moving that particular motion. When I say they, Patient Boche and the lawyers will move that motion, and hopefully they will be hoping that the court will grant it for the OSP to provide them with that document. So that is what we expect in relation to this day.
Right. Then one of the most anticipated cases will also be in court today, the anti-gay injunction.
Yes.
Are we going to get a ruling on it today,
yes,
right?
Yes, definitely. We'll get a ruling on that. The Supreme Court, 5-member panel of the Supreme Court at the last court sitting, July 3rd, made it clear that today, July 17, 2024, at 9:30, the Supreme Court will be delivering rulings, 2 separate rulings. You notice that there were 2 separate applications and 2 separate cases.
Yeah.
So Dr. Amanda Odoy, a researcher with the University of Cape Coast, has one, and Richard Delasky, also a broadcaster, also has one. All that they are saying is that Parliament or the court should stop Parliament from transmitting the bill that has been passed as far back as in February to the president. They should stop them from transmitting it to the president for the president to sign, because they were of the considered view that there were certain constitutional matters that Parliament did not satisfy. So today, the court will be a panel of 5. The Chief Justice is the presiding judge. Then we have Justice Mariama Owusu, Justice Professor Henrietta Mensah Bunsu. Then we have Justice Enes Gau, and then Justice Yao Dakun Asari. So these are the men, or these are the members of the Supreme Court panel that today all eyes will be on that. And it will be televised, it will be live for whoever.
And so we're going to bring you that update.
Bring a live update from the court. So we have a feel of whatever. So today, the simple task of the Supreme Court is that they are providing us a ruling, or not a judgment, it's a ruling. So we call the substantive matter is pending. All that they want is that they want the court to stop Parliament from transmitting the bill until such time that the substantive matter, which is asking for the court to make pronouncements, some constitutional provisions and all that, are dealt with. And until that, that's what will happen. So today, the Supreme Court is making.
So we'll get to it. Yes.
In fact, the rulings will be separate. But of course, what is clear is that if Amanda Odoy's one is the one that will be called first, that ruling, they will, in the second one, they will only make some references to what has taken place earlier.
All right. So we'll see how the Supreme Court rules on this particular matter.
So everybody
looking forward to it.
Monitoring Starr.
Yes, and they will be bringing you all of those updates here at the EIB network on Starr on GH1 TV.
And
so make sure that you stay tuned.
Everywhere.
That's right.
Sure.
Thank you, Murtala, as always.
Thank you, Lantam.
Bringing us the updates from the courts. It's 7:51 a.m. This is still the Morning Star.
Shall I know? No, what's I'm